Sure, sure.
Everybody's good? How everybody doing? Everybody still up?
Wow.
All right. So we're coming down to the end of March, heading for April. Spring is in the air. Winter is gone, right?
Yeah.
So it's time to spring forth now. New life. All right. I saw some of the trees were springing forth leaves out there already. All right. So that's a good sign. So that's one thing you can always guarantee. When winter is here, spring has to come. There's no doubt about that.
Not listening.
All right. So we're going to jump into our classes later already, 1 o'clock. So that class is going to be about some of the morals and ethics of life. All right. So we're going to the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus, the 19th chapter. I'm going to try to link those up with precepts in the scriptures to show you. All right. Some of the everyday examples of life that everybody goes through in life. Whether it's with you personally, me, myself, or somebody that's not in the truth. All right? So we're going to begin first with our Ecclesiasticus, the 19th chapter and the first verse.
Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 1. A laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little.
Right. So what is it saying here? It says, a laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little. Everybody has an understanding of that, right?
Good.
What it means a laboring man. What does it mean when it says a laboring man?
Putting in his work into truth.
Right, and also too, labor as far as working. That's to work. All right, so it says a laboring man that is given to drunkenness. If you work and you spend all your money in liquor and booze and you get drunk all the time, what's going to happen? You're going down. You're going downhill.
Yeah.
You understand? So it says a laboring man that is given to drunkenness, you drunk all the time, shall not be rich, and he that contemneth, mean you despise. All right? Despise small things shall fall by little and little. Eventually you're going to be brought down to nothing. All right? Read on.
Verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away.
It says wine and woman. So what are you saying here? You can't drink wine, you can't have woman? What is he saying?
In excess.
Right. So everything has to be with balance. All right. Too much wine, too much woman, you're gonna fall away. All right. If you have a whole lot of women, you can't be stable.
Good.
Your finances, your mind, everything's gonna be every which way but loose.
Good.
All right. So this is talking about an excess. The way there's no balance, there's no check. All right. So read that verse again.
Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away.
So it says, wine and woman will make men of understanding to fall away. To fall away from what? The truth of the Most High. All right. Read on.
And he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent.
And he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. What's a harlot? A whore. All right. And what does the word impudent mean? Shameless. To have no shame, no modesty. All right. So if a man cleaves to harlots, that's what he's going to become. He's become shameless with no modesty. All right. Read on.
Verse 3. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage.
See, that's going to be his heritage. Moths and worms. He's going to start to deteriorate. Read on.
And a bold man shall be taken away. He that is hasty to give credit is like-minded.
Check that out. So he's saying, he that's hasty to give credit is like-minded. So what is he saying by this? He that is hasty to give credit is like-minded. What is he saying?
saying someone that's quick to give somebody credit is just is likened to this of someone who drinks in excess.
Yeah, you close, but he said, he that is hasty. Read that third verse again. The fourth verse.
He that is hasty to give credit is light-minded.
Right. So if you hasty, you don't like to give credit to nobody for nothing. You understand? They're like-minded. They're like-minded. So once in a while, you give a person credit. You understand? All right. Read on.
And he that sinneth shall offend against his own soul.
All right. Read on.
Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. But he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life.
Now, are you not supposed to have pleasures in life? Yes. But what is it talking about? See, everything has to be a balance. All right. So it says, whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned. Now, if you take pleasure in wickedness, of course you're going to be condemned. All right. Then it says, but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. Resist what kind of pleasures? Wicked pleasures. All right. But you're supposed to have pleasure in life. You're supposed to have pleasure in what? The things that you eat. You're supposed to enjoy your food. All right. Okay, so you're supposed to have pleasure in things in life. The Most High said, on his right hand, there's pleasures forevermore. All right, so read on.
Verse 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
Whoa, you see that? Now check that out. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife. Why? Why is that? Let's read on.
And he that hateth babbling shall have less evil.
All right. Well, now who could get precepts for that? He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
I have James 3:13 and Proverbs 13:3.
That's it. You're right on the money. You're right. Good. Let's go to James. That's it. That's it. Why the tongue? Because the tongue is a little big problem. Your tongue is a problem, man. All right, let's go to the book of James, the 3rd chapter. But actually, let's start from the first verse.
James chapter 3 verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
All right, so don't be quick to be a master. I want to be a master. All right, because you're going to receive the greater condemnation. All right. All right, read on.
For in many things we offend all.
See, in many things, all of us offend. All right, read on.
If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
See that? But if you offend not in word, you are a perfect man. So that shows you that you have to have total discipline and control over your tongue to not offend. Because a lot of times you say something, then you gotta take it back. Well, I didn't mean it that way. It wasn't supposed to come out that way, but it already went out. All right, read on.
And able also to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth.
So now he's giving an example. Now he said, "Look, behold, we put bits, right, in the horse's mouth." All right, everybody knows what's a bit, right? Right? That's the two things you put in the horse's mouth to control the horses, to steer them whether you want them to go left or right. It's called bits you put in the horse's mouth. All right? So that's how you control the horse when you're riding the horse. All right? So read that verse again.
Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm.
Right, so what's the helm? Everybody knows what's the helm, right? Right, that steers the ship. All right, read on.
Whithersoever the governor listeth.
Right, so a ship is big, it's massive, but it's just a small device that's used to turn that ship. All right, read on.
Even so the tongue is a little member.
So he says, even so the tongue is a little member. The tongue is a little sucker in your mouth. A little piece of flesh in your mouth. All right? That makes a lot of noise too. All right? Read on.
And boasteth great things.
See? And it boasteth great things. Read on.
Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
Yeah, man. Your tongue could put you in trouble, man. You understand? So that's why sometimes it's better to be quiet. Keep your mouth shut than to just say anything, man. All right? Because your tongue will put you in trouble. All right? Read on.
So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind.
So you see that? So any animal you see that's domesticated, it has been tamed by man. All right? And why is that? Because that goes back to the beginning when the Most High gave Adam what? Dominion over the animals. All right? So that's something that animals are tamed mainly by men. They control animals. Even a lion, you could tame him to a certain degree. All right? Read on.
Verse 8. But the tongue can no man tame.
See? But the tongue, nobody could tame that tongue. That tongue is wild. All right? Read on.
It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
See that? See, the tongue is full of unruly evil and full of deadly poison. All right? Your tongue could cause a lot of mischief, man. All right? If you don't have discipline with it. All right? Also, that's very good precept. All right? Also go to Proverbs 18:21. Yeah, you had some
Yeah, I have one as well.
yeah. You bring it, yeah.
Okay. It's 2 Timothy 2:16. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
Right, and that comes from the tongue. All right? So the tongue is a very unruly member of the body, man. All right? And the tongue could cause people to be put to death too.
Good.
All right? And there's also a scripture in Apocrypha, it says it's better, a thief is better than a lying tongue. And my grandma, I always used to say that when I was young. She said, you know what? I could trust a thief more than a lying person. I never knew she even got it from the Bible, man. She used to say it all the time. And it's right here, it's right in the scriptures too, in the Apocrypha.
Wow.
Yes.
Proverbs 20:19.
You can bring it up, what it says.
He that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets. Therefore meddle not with him that plieth his lips.
Right. So it's a talebearer. You understand? So when you go back as a talebearer, it causes problem amongst people or in the congregation. All right. So go to Proverbs 18:21. Then we're going back to Ecclesiasticus.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue,
So you see that?
and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Right. So that tongue, man, that tongue could really cause a lot of problems. So we have to be mindful and disciplined of that tongue, man. You know, and like I said, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a season for everything too. There's a time to speak and a time not when to speak. All right. So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 7. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fear never the worst.
So it says, rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee. If somebody told you a secret about somebody or something, you don't go and tell everybody about it. You keep it between you and what the person told you.
Good.
You understand?
Good.
You go and go tell everybody else. Like, well, wait a minute, how you found out? But who told you about that? You understand? If a person told you something, say, listen, between me and you, keep this quiet. Don't go and tell nobody else. Everybody looking at you like, what are you looking at me for? Because I review what they already said. You understand? So it's showing you about discipline. And this happens in the workplace, in your homes, in the congregation, wherever you are. It happens. All right? So read that verse again.
Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fear never the worst.
All right. Read on.
Whether it be to a friend or a foe, talk not of other men's lives.
Right. You will be talking about other men's life. All right. Read on.
And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not.
Right. Don't reveal it not. If you're going to cause an offense, don't even reveal it. All right. But some people just love drama. Love to have drama going. All right. Read on.
For he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee.
Yeah, the person going to hate you. I hate that nigga. I hate you, man. Why? Because you were not talking about the man and what it is. You understand? So people will hate you. All right? Read on.
If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, and be bold. It will not burst thee.
It's not going to burst you if you let it out. Keep it in. Some people say, I just got to say it. I just got to let it be known. I got to rub it in.
People really like that too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just got to let him know what he is. You just got to tell it. Just being grimy. All right? People love drama. People life is about drama. People love it, man. You understand? They love to keep that nonsense going, man.
Right.
All right? Read on.
Verse 11. A fool travaileth with a word, as a woman is in labor of a child.
That's a fool. Like a woman is about to give birth, that's a fool. There's only two things good for a fool. Whip his ass. Because he doesn't understand nothing else.
Right.
You could talk to him till you're blue. It's gonna come through his ear and out the other ear. So you gotta whip his ass. Whipping good.
Come.
Right? Read on.
Verse 12. As an arrow that sticketh in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly.
See? A fool can't obtain and hold nothing, man. It said talking to a fool is like talking to a broken vessel. Like you break a vessel, it can't hold nothing. That's a fool, man. And it tells you what is heavier than lead? A fool. Alright? Read on.
Admonish a friend. It may be he hath not done it. And if he have done it, that he do it no more.
So when it says admonish, what does it mean to admonish? To warn. Right. So he said, admonish a friend. It may be he have not said it. Alright, so that's why you confront a person one-on-one, like the scripture said, and you ask him, listen, did you did this? Did you say this? Read that verse again.
Admonish a friend. It may be he hath not done it. And if he have done it, that he do it no more.
Right. You understand? Read on.
Admonish thy friend. It may be he have not said it.
Maybe he didn't say it. Maybe somebody's lying on it. Maybe he did say it. So you want to get to the root of the problem. All right? Read on.
And if he have, that he speak it not again.
Hey, if you did it, yo, nip it. Let it go, man. Don't keep it going. All right? Read on.
Admonish a friend. For many times it is a slander.
See? Admonish a friend, because many times somebody's trying to slander him. It's a slander. It's rumors. Somebody's spreading rumors. All right? Read on.
And believe not every tale.
And believe not every tale. So that's why when you hear something, you go directly to that person. One-on-one. A lot of times it cuts down all the drama and the nonsense. All right? Read on.
There is one that slippeth in his speech.
See, there's one that slippeth in his speech. You slip with this speech. All right? Well, you know what? I didn't mean to say that, but it came out the wrong way. All right? Read on.
But not from his heart.
Not from his heart. It wasn't intentionally. It wasn't evilly done. Some people that do things, it's done for evil with an evil intent. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. But some people, they say something and they slip, but they didn't mean it that way. All right? Read that verse again.
There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart.
Not from his heart. It wasn't deliberate. It wasn't done with an evil intent.
Right.
All right? Read on.
And who is he that hath not offended with his tongue?
Right? So we all offended with our tongue. I have done it. You know what I'm saying? Some people offend and not knowing we offend. Some people are more sensitive than some. Some people just say something, oh, you got offended, oh, you hurt my feelings. Damn it, man, you're offended by everything. Big grown men get offended and crying too. You understand? So sometimes you have to know how to weigh your words that it doesn't offend some people. Now, sometimes you have to be straight and blunt. Don't give a damn who it hurts. So it's a matter of what? Balancing everything that you do in life. Alright? Sometimes life is direct, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you have to, like, you know what? Take a back seat, let it go. Sometimes you hear something, you deal with it right away. Once it's negative. Alright? Read on.
Verse 17. Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him.
See? Admonish your neighbor before you threaten him. Yo, I'm gonna kill him. Why are you gonna kill a man? Did you talk to him? Did you find out what happened? Alright? Read on.
And not being angry, give place to the law of the Most High.
See? Then you have to consent to the law of the Most High. Alright? Read on.
The fear of the Most High is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Most High is the doctrine of life. And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
And what scripture is that in the Bible that backs it up? What precept goes for that? Now your hand is up. Yeah.
I have 3. Sirach 24:32, Deuteronomy 32:2, and Hebrews 6:1.
Somebody could read them.
There's one in the book of Psalms, Ben.
Which one is that?
When it said,
What's the first one you call?
Sirach 24:32.
24:32? Alright. Read that.
Sirach chapter 24 verse 32. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off.
Alright, what's the next one?
Deuteronomy 32:2, and Hebrews 6:1.
So read Hebrews 6:1. Let me see. Hebrews 6:1. And I'll tell you the one I have for that. The precept I have for that one after that.
I think I got the same one you got.
Yeah?
Revelation.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, Revelation.
Yeah. It's Hebrews 6:1. One? Yeah, go ahead.
we got the book of Proverbs 18 verse 15. The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge.
All right. Hebrews 6:1. What it says.
Hebrews chapter 6 verse 1. Therefore, leaving the principles of the doctrine of Christ, let us go on unto perfection, not laying again the foundation of repentance from dead works and of faith towards the Most High.
All right. So that goes with our actions and our behavior and stuff. All right. Well, the one that I wanted to bring home is in Revelation. Revelation 22 and 14. So read this verse again, the 19th verse.
The knowledge of the commandments of the Most High is the doctrine of life. And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
See what it says? And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. All right? That's life. All right? So let's go to Revelation 22 and 14.
Revelation chapter 22 verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
So it says, blessed are they that do his commandments. Read on.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
See, that they may have right to the tree of life. So anybody tell you the commandments is done away and the Most High laws is no more is a liar. All right, because the commandments is going to lead to what? The tree of life.
Right.
That's immortality. All right, the commandments of the Most High is very important.
Oh,
All right, yeah.
Isn't it Baruch 4:1?
What he says, he that leave it in Baruch.
Yeah, book of the law endures forever.
Yeah, this is the book of the law. Yeah.
Yeah, it says Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandment of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. Forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Right, you're gonna die, because it leads to the tree of life.
Come.
All right, and that's what the Most High told Aaron in the beginning. He said, he gave him the tree of life, the tree of good and knowledge of evil. Then he said, after he did that, he said, now you have to put forth your hand now and connect back to what? The tree of life.
Come.
You understand? Because when he ate of that tree, when he took it in, he absorbed it, he died. How did he die? Spiritually.
Spiritually, come.
But he was going to die physically along the line. But he died first spiritually. That connection that he had with the Most High was taken away. It was gone. That's why David said, take not thy Holy Spirit away from me. Once the Most High take away that Holy Spirit from you, it's over. Ain't nothing you could do, man. You may as well just give it up. You understand? And that's what happened to Saul. When the Most High took away that spirit from Saul, he went every which way to find that spirit back. All right? So he went to the witch, to the Obia woman, all right? And he said, listen, man, raise up Samuel. You understand? So he tried to find the Most High, but the Most High said, no, I'm gone from you. Your spirit, my spirit is gone from you. So when he went to the woman, he said, listen, raise up Samuel. And Samuel said, man, why you wake me up, man? Why you wake me up, man? He said, yo, probably like tomorrow, this day, you're going to be here with me, man. You understand? So once the Most High take that spirit from you, man, it's over. You know? So you always want the Most High to keep that spirit that he has within you, man. Don't let him take away that Holy Spirit. All right? So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus.
Chapter 19, verse 20. The fear of the Most High is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the Lord, and the knowledge of his omnipotency. If a servant say to his master, I will not do it as it pleaseth thee, though afterward he do it, he angereth him that nourisheth him. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. There is a wickedness, and the same an abomination, and there is a fool wanting in wisdom.
Right, fool want wisdom. But then too, remember the scripture said, even a fool, when he keep his mouth shut, he's considered what? Wise. Check that out. All right? Read on.
He that hath small understanding and fear of the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom.
So you see that? He that hath small understanding and fear of the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom. So you see that? So if you have a little knowledge of the Most High and you fear the Most High, you're better off than a man that has great wisdom. Read that complete verse again.
He that hath small understanding and fear of the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High.
All right. So that, yeah.
That's talking about worldly wisdom. Because earlier it said the fear of the Most High is wisdom. The performance of the law is wisdom. So that has to be taught. This verse has to be talking about worldly wisdom.
Right.
Not necessarily.
And a little bit of inkling of the Most High too.
You got people in the nation of Israel that teach, heads of congregations and all that, and it's wicked as hell. You know what I mean? It happens. You know the scriptures, they could break it down back to
Maybe your grandparents, they have that that natural wisdom that the Most High gave them. Understand? And they have that where they could fear the Most High in that sense. All right, and compared to some people that has all this great knowledge and still doesn't fear the Most High. You know,
Yeah, the only thing they fear is going to hell, but it's not really fearing the Most High.
Right, that's true. But you got some fear the Most High, but out of ignorance. You understand? Because remember, all people have that spirit. I'm giving you an example. I know all of you have experienced that. Anytime your parents hear that lightning or thunder, what they tell you? Shut everything down and be quiet. Why would they say that? Because they have that fear of the Most High. You understand? I'm telling you. Yeah.
And the spiritual part of we hear that voice in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's why, because it goes back to what happened back in the wilderness. My grandma used to say, she says, boy, sonny boy, turn that TV and sit down and be quiet when you hear that thunder and the lightning. You understand? I said, what are you talking about? But she knew what she was saying. You understand? Yeah.
Every time that happened, they used to find me under the bed. Where is he at? He's under the bed.
Yep. So they had that innate wisdom that the Most High gave them. And sometimes they would just bring out certain parables and tell you about it. Certain, yeah.
Even the animals stand still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reverential fear.
Yeah, because they know that's the Most High. That's His voice uttering. Yeah.
No, I wanted to, can I precept?
Yeah.
Matthew 15:8. This people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
That goes for a lot of our people too. Yeah. They honor the Most High, but their hearts is far from the Most High. Why? Because they're being taught by the precept of man, what they've been taught by the preacher, what he taught them, what he said. He didn't say what the scripture says, what he said. Hallelujah. This morning, God said to me, I didn't tell him nothing. But he's bringing up the drama. He's bringing up the drama. Got you like, my pastor gonna preach today. He ain't preaching nothing. You understand? Yeah.
Let's give our money to him, God talking.
Yeah, God talking. He's bringing up the drama. See, I'm telling you something. A lot of these preachers know psychology. They know how to work up the congregation and how to get you like, yeah, he ain't coming to church today. We're gonna make a sermon on that today. Why Sister Betty's not in church today? She's backsliding. Hallelujah. We're gonna go in the scriptures today. Somebody is not doing the will of God today. And all this foolishness. Then they hear the organ. You understand? They're chiming it up. You understand? They know that business, man. They are going, you know? Then Sister Betty will start clapping. You know what I mean? Yeah.
With that organ,
Yeah. Yeah. And they know it hit that right chord too. You understand? Because remember, music resonates with your spirit.
God.
You understand? So it's all about knowing the human psychology. And once you master that, you could manipulate and control people. You understand? But it's nothing wrong if you have that gift, but it's supposed to be for righteousness, not for negativity. You understand? If you could command a person to do the right things, that's a beautiful thing. You understand? But when you want to do it for your own personal agenda and your own greed, then it's evil. You understand? Because some people have the spirit where they can command people to do certain things, and they will do it. You understand? Some people have to urge them, please, please. Some of you just, boom, you put it out there, and they're like, wow. And they react to it. That's a good gift. When you command people to do certain things for righteousness. All right? Read on.
Verse 25. There is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust.
See? Now he said there is an exquisite subtlety. What does the word exquisite mean? There is an exquisite subtlety. Exquisite means what?
Top
top level, fine, beautiful, one of the best, exquisite. Yo, I have an exquisite wallet or wine that nobody's supposed to touch. All right? They said there's an exquisite subtlety. What is subtlety?
Humble state.
Subtlety.
Subtle.
Crafty. Very crafty.
Crafty, yeah. Crafty would be, yeah.
All right? So he said there's an exquisite subtlety. All right? Read on. And he says, and the same is unjust. So this person is unjust. But he's exquisite in his subtlety. So he's crafty in what he's doing, but he's unjust. All right? Read on.
And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear.
And then he could turn aside to make judgment appear. So he's so crafty in what he's doing, he could make it seem like what he's doing is righteous. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah. Would you finish? Would you finish?
We're in 25th verse.
Okay. I was going Ecclesiastes 19:25.
Yeah, that's the verse we're in, yeah.
Okay, that's where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Read again from the top.
There's an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear.
See, he turneth aside to make judgment appear, to make it seem as if judgment what he's doing is right. All right, read on.
And there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment.
Read on.
There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly.
Yeah, so there's a wicked man. He's wicked, and he hangs his head down. He knows he's wicked, and he's hanging his head down. But why? Let's read on.
But inwardly he is full of deceit.
See? He's full of deceit. What he's doing, he's trying to win over your emotions. All right? He knows he's wicked, but he said, you know what? I got to put on a show here to make them think that, you know what? I'm very remorseful. But he's not. It's in deceit. Read the verse again.
There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit.
He's full of deceit. He got some tricks up his sleeves. Yeah.
Yeah, Edris, 8:56.
What it says? Read it.
For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. Thought scorn of the law and forsake his ways.
Right. All right. Okay. Read on.
Verse 27. Casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not.
See, casting down his countenance, making as if he heard not. Read on.
Where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware.
So when he get a chance, he's going to do you in. All right? When he get a chance, he will do you in. Like, oh man, they know what I am. So, you know what? I got to play this one off. But when he get a chance, he will do you in. All right? Read on.
And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil.
See? So you give him another chance, he's going to do evil again. All right? Read on.
A man may be known by his look.
See, a man may be known by his look. All right?
And one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him.
And that's true. All right? That's true in life. All right? Read on.
A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
And when it says a man's attire, attire represents what?
Clothes.
Right. The way he dresses. All right? An excessive laughter and gait. What is his gait? What is gait?
His walk.
The way a man walk. If a man walk and start shifting, what is that showing you?
Sodomite.
So he's funny. Batty man. All right? He got sugar in his tank. All right? All right? So read that verse again.
A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
Right. So if he's walking and shifting, then you know what he is. All right? So it's just by looking at that person, that awkward observation. All right? It gave 3 things. It says his attire, his excessive laughter, and his gait show what he is. The way he walks show what he is.
Good.
Now if a man walk like a lion, strong, what does that show about him?
Strong.
Strong. Disciplined, bold. But if you see a man walking, a prone man, he walking and got his wrist like this, something is wrong, man. All right? So these are some of the examples of life. That now certain things, sometimes you could judge from just by watching. Sometimes you just can't judge from outward appearance. But when you study and look at a person, like it says, and you could see, like, wait a minute, it's not fitting his character. All right? So these are so many things in life that we all have to learn as a congregation, as individuals, in dealing with people too. How you interact with people too. All right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to be very wise and careful about that observation. In one way. And I mean that in the way of just because a man is meek does not mean that he's weak.
Right. That's what I say. It takes careful observation. But when you analyze and you see a man and he starts switching. No, you don't need no you don't need no second opinion. Like, wait a minute. You could look. Come on. If you see a man start whining and switching, go out there, and he walking and he's doing it. Hey, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. I can't be blind.
I got precept.
You understand?
Precept.
That's but no. If a person is meek and humble, and you look at them and you say, hey, a person is meek and humble, you observe and you watch that. You understand? That's nothing, but it's good to observe. You understand? Observation is good, but you don't always judge from the outward appearance. But when it shows a heavy sign, then something is wrong. You understand? Yeah, you have a precept here.
Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9.
Right, and that goes right back into it. You understand? Because number one, their countenance always shows. That look on his face shows. Read it.
The show of their countenance doth witness against them.
See, the look on their face is a witness against them. That's the witness against them. Read on.
And they declare their sin as Sodom.
And they declare their sin as Sodom. Read on.
They hide it not.
And they don't hide it. It shows.
Right.
When they're a homosexual Batman, that thing doesn't hide. It shows up. Because now, today, they're bold with it now. So they're not hiding it. Maybe 50 years ago, they hide it. Yeah, you know, I'm a little sissy, but I'm not going to show you. But today, they're coming up and showing you. Transgender? I saw one in the plane the other day. I came out like, stop. He said, hi. I didn't want to say nothing because you might say sexual harassment or some bull crap. So I just stopped and walked right off the plane. You know what I mean? Because when we get in, we have to carry the plane. So when he tap on the door, and you open the door, he either give you a thumbs up and you come in. It's either a female or male. Say, hi, how you doing? He said, hi. I just came back and we got the car. A transgender, you know what I mean? You can see he was a man. You know? Right away, I was like, damn, man. You know? But, hey, but they don't hide it no more, man. They're not hiding that stuff no more, man.
Right.
You know? So, but in that, you gotta be careful too, because if you say something, they will report you and say you're being what they call homophobic and all this foolishness. You understand? So I just like stopped, you know, and just went back what I was doing, man. I ain't gonna have no conversation with me, man. You know? Alright, so that was it on that. I'm gonna continue on the class, right? I'm gonna go into something else too, alright? Let's go to, I wanna show you something here. How the Most High uses rulers and powers to take down other nations and how he does it. Alright? Because all throughout the history, it shows you how the Most High, when he brings a nation up and takes a nation down, how he does it. All right, he puts that spirit within a certain ruler and the nation to take that nation down. And that's the way it has been done since throughout the course of history. How the Most High uses rulers and kings to take a nation down or to bring a nation up. All right. So I'm gonna give you an example. Just like Alexander. Now let me give a better example because it's in the Bible. Even Alexander is in the Bible. It tells you well, how the Most High is going to bring him up. But example is Cyrus, the Persian king. All right. He was prophesied about 200 years or so that he was going to build and rebuild Jerusalem. So all the wise men and the prophets in Israel knew about when they're ready that this king, this Persian king, was going to rebuild the walls and build a temple in Jerusalem because the Most High gave him that permission to do it. And he himself knew it when he came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the one real quick. I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to Ezekiel. Let's go to the one in, I think it's in Isaiah. Let me show you. Isaiah 40. Isaiah 44, right? Isaiah 44. Let's start from the 24th verse. Isaiah 44 and 24.
Isaiah chapter 44 verse 24. Thus saith the Most High, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Most High that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone.
All right. So now, a person reading and says, see, it's only the Most High Yah that stretched forth the heavens. It wasn't nobody else there but Yah. So what is the Most High saying right here? Who gets the credit for everything? The Most High. So some people read and say, see, it was only Yah alone that made the heavens. It wasn't no angels. It wasn't no JC. It was Yah alone. Do the Most High have angels? Yes. What's the angels? To do the Most High's bidding. All right? So read that verse again.
Isaiah 44 verse 24. Thus saith the Most High, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Most High that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself.
Right. So it wasn't no other deity or false god was there with the Most High. All right. It wasn't Buddha. It wasn't Shango. It wasn't Baal. None of them was there. Okay. That's what it's talking about. Okay. Read on.
That frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited.
Thou shalt be inhabited at a set time. Read on.
And to the cities of Judah he shall be built. And I will raise up the decayed places thereof, that saith to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers. That saith of Cyrus.
That said of Cyrus, the Most High call him by name. All right, so Isaiah knew this. All the prophets knew this. Read on.
He is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure. Even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple, thy foundation shall be laid.
And that's the charge the Most High gave to Cyrus. So all the prophets, Isaiah, all of them knew this was going to happen. All right? Now read the 45th verse 2. Isaiah 45 and 1.
Isaiah 45 verse 1. Thus saith the Most High to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden.
See what the Most High said? Whose right hand I have holden. All right, read on. So did the Most High hold his right hand physically? No. But spiritually, he upheld his right hand to push him and move him in the direction that the Most High wanted. So the Most High controlled his thoughts and his actions. All right, read on.
To subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him the two-leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut.
Right, so the Most High used him to bring down the forces of the Babylonians. All right, at that time the Babylonian was the strongest ruling power at that time, until the Most High raised up Cyrus, the Persian king. All right, so now from there, let's go to Ezekiel 30. I want to show you something here in Ezekiel. Now, how the Most High used Nebuchadnezzar to take nations down. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel the 30th chapter. And we're going to begin here from, let's start from the first verse.
Ezekiel chapter 30 verse 1. The word of the Most High came again unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Most High power, how ye woe worth the day. For the day is near, even the day of the Most High is near, a cloudy day. It shall be the time of the heathen.
Right, it's going to be a time of judgment upon the heathen nations. All right, so this was the Most High bringing the force of Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians against Egypt. It's going to take Egypt down. All right, read on.
And a sword shall come upon Egypt, and great pain shall be in Ethiopia, when the slain shall fall in Egypt, and they shall take away her multitude, and her foundation shall be broken down.
So the Most High is going to take Egypt down, break Egypt down, all right, by the Babylonians. Read on.
Ethiopia and Libya and Lydia, and all the mingled people and Chub, and the men of the land that is in league, shall fall with them by the sword.
So anybody that was in league with Egypt at that time, whether it was Ethiopia, Libya, and Lydia, it was going to fall with Egypt together. All right, read on.
Verse 6. Thus saith the Most High, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down.
So it's like the same thing today too. Back then, if you was upholding Egypt back then, the Most High brought you down. Today, if you upholding Egypt, it's going to be the same thing all over again. And how do you uphold Egypt today?
Customs, ways.
Right, through the customs, through the ways, the spiritual concept. All right, you support what they're about, homosexuality. You support their agenda. If you're doing those things, the Most High is going to bring you down.
That's right.
All right, so what happened back then is going to happen again today. All right, a lot of prophecies is twofold, sometimes threefold. All right, read on.
From the tower of Cyrene shall they fall in it by the sword, saith the Most High power. And they shall be desolate in the midst of the countries that are desolate. And her cities shall be in the midst of the cities that are wasted.
Right, and Egypt is wasted today. It's desolate. All right, it wasn't like it was during the time of the pharaohs back then. All right, now today you got these Ottoman Turkish babies mingle up in there, Arabs, a whole lot of people in Egypt today claiming they're Egyptians. Right, those people are saying they're not Egyptians.
That's right.
All right, the real Egyptians are scattered all over in the Sudan, parts of Africa, but mainly down in the Sudan and those areas, the real Egyptians. They're not even in Egypt today. It might be one or two, a few of them around in Egypt. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Who was one of the last famous great Egyptian within our era? Let me see if y'all know who it was. And he was a president at one time of that same country. He was the president of Egypt.
Nasser?
Nope, not him.
Gaddafi?
Nope. Gamal Nasser, he was more like an Arab. No.
Was he in the 80s?
In the 80s. I'm gonna give you a hint. He was assassinated.
Yes. What's her name?
That should ring a bell.
I forgot his name.
No. Google it. Google it. The president of Egypt that was assassinated in the 80s.
Yes.
When you got it, raise your hand and tell me who it is.
Anwar al-Sadat.
Right, Anwar Sadat.
Sadat.
He was a real Egyptian.
Yeah. Gun.
All right, that was a true Egyptian.
Gun.
That was president of Egypt, Anwar Sadat.
How you spell
Very
that?
dark skinned.
Yeah, I think it's ANWAR, right?
ANWAR.
Yeah.
EL-SADAT.
Yeah, Anwar el Sadat. He was an Egyptian.
Yes.
All right. So the Most High scattered the Egyptians all through Africa, but mainly down in the Sudan and all those areas. All right. So they're not in Egypt, but they're Egyptian today. Right.
So is it,
Yeah.
so isn't the Egyptians, what are they, Africans?
Yeah, they're Africans. Yeah. But they scattered throughout the different parts of Africa.
Oh, okay, I got it.
You understand? Read on.
Verse 8. And they shall know that I am the Most High, when I have set a fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed. In that day shall messengers go forth from me in ships to make the careless Ethiopians afraid, and great pain shall come upon them, as in the day of Egypt, for lo, it cometh. Thus saith the Most High Power, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon.
See how the Most High do what he does? He uses rulers to take nations down. So the Most High was going to use Nebuchadnezzar and his army to take Egypt down. And the Most High put that power in his hand. All right? The Most High said Nebuchadnezzar became the hammer of the earth at that time. And the Most High called him his servant too. He said, Nebuchadnezzar is my servant. And when he came on the scene, all nations went down in captivity under him. All nations serve him. But who was the main one that served Nebuchadnezzar? What nation was the main nation that served him? Israel. All right. Hold that here. Go to Jeremiah. Let me show you something. I'm coming back to this here. Jeremiah.
Okay. What's more? Prince. What's more?
Yeah, I'll tell you. What? I had, but let me finish that.
The other one.
Go to here to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 27. Jeremiah 27. And start from the first verse. Jeremiah 27 and 1.
Jeremiah chapter 27 verse 1. In the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, came this word unto Jeremiah from the Most High, saying.
So Jeremiah was bringing this word to the kings of Israel. The prophet Jeremiah was going to bring this word to Israel to let them know, listen, you guys going in slavery, and the king of Babylon is coming to rule. And Israel like, yeah, right. We ain't going in no slavery, man. They didn't want to hear that. All right, read on.
Thus saith the Most High to me, make thee bonds and yokes, and put them upon thy neck, and send them to the king of Edom, and to the king of Moab, and to the king of the Ammonites, and to the king of Zidon, by the hand of the messengers which come to Jerusalem unto Zedekiah, king of Judah, and command them to say unto their masters, Thus saith the Most High of hosts, the power of Israel. Thus shall ye say unto your masters.
That's what you're going to say to your masters. Thus saith the Most High. Read on.
I have made the earth, the man and the beast that are upon the ground, by my great power and by my outstretched arm, and have given it unto whom it seemed meet unto me.
So the Most High said, he said, I'm going to give the earth unto whom it seemed meet unto me to give it to. All right, read on.
And now have I given all these lands into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon.
So the Most High said, now I'm going to give all these lands and these country into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. Read on.
My servant.
See, he said, my servant. The Most High said he's my servant. Why the Most High say he's a servant? Because he's going to do the Most High bidding. Whether it's on the left hand or on the right hand. He's the Most High servant. All right, read on.
And the beasts of the field have I given him also to serve him.
See that?
And all nations shall serve him.
So what he says, and all nations shall serve him. Read on.
And his son.
And his son.
And his son's son.
So his son, his grandson, and his great-great-grandsons. All right? So that's the power of the Most High. All right? Read on.
Until the very time of his land come.
Until he come to the end of his rulership. All right? Read on.
And then many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of him. And it shall come to pass that the nation and kingdom which will not serve the same Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and that will not put their neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, that nation will I punish, saith the Most High, with the sword, and with the famine, and with the pestilence, until I have consumed them by his hand.
Right. So you see that? That's the power the Most High gave Nebuchadnezzar. All right. Read on.
Therefore hearken not ye to your prophets, nor to your diviners, nor to your dreamers, nor to your enchanters, nor to your sorcerers, which speak unto you, saying, Ye shall not serve the king of Babylon.
And that's what the kings of Israel are saying. Yo, we ain't going into slavery, man, because they've been listening to who? The diviners, the soothsayers, and to all these false men. You're not going to slavery. Don't believe that. Jeremiah is lying. Jeremiah don't know what he's talking about. You're not going into slavery. But Jeremiah told him, he said, listen, man, you guys going into slavery under the Babylonians. But they didn't want to believe Jeremiah. All right, read on.
For they prophesy a lie unto you, to remove you far from your land, and that I should drive you out, and ye should perish. But the nation that bring their neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, and serve him, those will I let remain still in their own land, saith the Most High, and they shall till it and dwell therein.
All right. So now go back to Ezekiel now. Let me show you. So the Most High said he was going to bring Nebuchadnezzar to punish all these nations, and they was going to serve him. All right. So let's go back to Ezekiel 30 where we left off then. Yeah.
Basically, Nebuchadnezzar conquered the world.
At that time, that whole world right there. He took all those nations down. He took the Ammonites, the Moabites. He took Ishmael. He took Edom. He took all the nations down there. In that area, he took them down, and they served him. Yeah.
That's why Daniel had that vision about him being the head.
Right. Right, and that's the vision Daniel spoke about when he had that vision. And he saw Nebuchadnezzar coming into rulership and into power to take over the earth. All right. That's the power of the Most High, man. How he deals with his prophets. All right. So let's go back to Ezekiel 30.
Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 10. Thus saith the Most High Power, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He and his people with him, the terrible of the nation, shall be brought to destroy the land. And they shall draw their swords against Egypt and fill the land with their slain.
Right, and Egypt was brought down. All right, read on.
And I will make the rivers dry.
What rivers he was going to make dry? The Nile. The Nile is garbage now. Back in the time of the great pharaohs, it was the greatest thing. All right, read on.
And sell the land into the hand of the wicked, and I will make the land waste, and all that is therein by the hand of strangers. I, the Most High, have spoken it. Thus saith the Most High Power, I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause their images to cease out of the north.
Those were the cities in Egypt, north. All right, read on.
And there shall be no more a prince of the land of Egypt.
Right. After that, they didn't have no more prince. All right. After that, that was the end of the dynasty of the pharaohs.
Right.
It was coming to the end right there. All right. Then when the Greeks came, they put their pharaohs up in there. All right. They imposter pharaohs. All right. Cleopatra, that wasn't an Egyptian.
That's right.
Everybody saying Cleopatra. Yeah, she wasn't an Egyptian. Her father was one of the Ptolemies. But her mother was an Egyptian. All right. Read on.
And I will put a fear in the land of Egypt, and I will make Pathros desolate, and will set fire in Zoan.
These were all the cities in Egypt. And Pathros was one of the places where a lot of Israelites resided, in Pathros. All right. Hold on and go to Isaiah 11. Pathros, Zoan, Tahpanhes. These were a lot of cities where Israelites lived in. All right. Go to Ezekiel 11 chapter. Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11 and start from start from 11.
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Most High shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So that second time is when? When is that second time going to be?
Future.
Isaiah 11.
Isaiah 11. Yeah. So he said the Most High is going to set his hand again the second time.
Future prophecy.
Right. In the times that we're living in. In our times that we live in, we're going to see that. All right. Read on.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros.
See, Pathros was one of the cities where Israelites dwelt in Egypt. Zoan, Nof, Tahpanhes. Those were Israelite cities that we dwelt in. All right. When Yahushua and his father and his mother went down to Egypt, they went to one of these cities here in Egypt for exile. All right, because it was an Israelite community down in Egypt. All right. Read on.
And from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Muhammad, and from the islands of the sea.
So that's all that region here over there. In the Middle East over there. Hamath, Elam is over there in East India. All right. Okay. So now go back to Ezekiel 30.
Ezekiel chapter 30 verse 14. And I will make Pathros desolate, and I will set fire in Zoan, and will execute judgments in No. And I will pour my fury upon sin, the strength of Egypt, and I will cut off the multitude of No. And I will set fire in Egypt. Sin shall have great pain, and No shall be rent asunder, and North shall have distresses daily. The young men of Avon and of P-Beseth shall fall by the sword, and these cities shall go into captivity. At Tahpanhes also the day shall be darkened, when I shall break there the yokes of Egypt, and the pomp of her strength shall cease in her. As for her, a cloud shall cover her, and her daughters shall go into captivity. Thus will I execute judgments in Egypt, and they shall know that I am the Most High.
Right. So they're going to know it's the Most High that brought Egypt down. All right? Because you got a lot of Egyptologists to tell you, oh, well, Egypt was one of the great empire. So what happened to it today now? What happened to it today? Why is it not ruling today then? Where is it? Because the Most High brought it down. But they won't tell you that. No, you see what we did? We allowed the enemy to come in and he took us down. But if you're so great, why you allow the enemy to come in? You understand the power of the Most High, what he does. All right, read on.
Verse 20. And it came to pass in the 11th year, in the first month, in the 7th day of the month, that the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
So the Most High said he had broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. But the Most High did. He took away his power and his strength. He took that spirit away from him and he put that spirit on Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah.
Got a quick scripture to back you up on that. This is Daniel, let's 2 and 20. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings.
That's right.
He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
Right.
That's all.
That's right. So the Most High removed kings and set kings up to his power. When the Most High put a spirit in that king to rule, anybody could stop that, man. When the Most High take that spirit free from ruling, it's over. You can't win. And that's what the Most High did to Nebuchadnezzar, and that's what he did to Egypt. He took that spirit and that rulership from Egypt. So he broke his arm. So the Most High is talking in physical, like he broke his arm. But did the Most High go and break his arm? No, he broke his arm spiritually. He took away that hedge, that edge, that hedge that he has in him to rule. All right? Because every kingdom has what? A ruling spirit that controls them. And they have that negative spirit too. All right? Because when you read in Daniel, remember when Daniel was reading about, he said, when Daniel was praying and the angels came, he said he couldn't go because what? Because he said the princes of Persia resisted him. Right. So every kingdom has a ruling spirit or spirit that controls that kingdom. Just like America. You think anybody could take America down? Not even Russia. Russia can't take America down unless the Most High said, Russia, I'm going to put that spirit to take America down. That's why America is so boastful and all. Like, who could take us down? Because they know the Most High put them up to rule. And you know 9/11 was an inside job because nobody just can't come and take America like that. That's BS. With all the technology and intelligence America got, you mean to tell me you didn't know it was going to be taken? A bunch of idiots came in and hijacked and ran planes in your buildings. So where was all your technology then? You boasting about we have the best technology, radar, from outer space we could detect it. So where was it in that day? You shut it down. They deliberately shut it down for that purpose. Anybody can't take America down, buddy. Don't believe that. You can't invade America just like that. Well, we're going to attack America and bomb it. No. Nope. It's impossible. All right? Read on.
It's like, what was you gotta do?
22, yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 22. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, Behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and I will break his arms, the strong, and that which was broken, and I will cause the sword to fall out of his hand.
So the Most High says he's going to cause the sword to fall out of his hand. He's not going to have that power to fight. Read on.
And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations.
So the Most High did? He scattered the Egyptians amongst the nations throughout Africa. All right? Read on.
And I will disperse them through the countries.
Right, and that's what he did. He dispersed them through the countries. All right? Read on.
And I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon and put my sword in his hand.
See that? So the Most High said, and I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon and put my sword in his hand. Read on.
But I will break Pharaoh's arms, and he shall groan before him with the groanings of the deadly wounded men. But I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and the arms of Pharaoh shall fall down, and they shall know that I am the Most High, when I shall put my sword into the hand of the king of Babylon. and he shall stretch it out upon the land of Egypt. And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and disperse them among the countries, and they shall know that I am the Most High.
Right. So up until this day, the Egyptians are still scattered throughout Africa. You might have a remnant of them in Egypt, but they're nowhere in power. They're not presidents. They're not ruling officials. They're just like us today. They're like slaves. So that's why you got the Egyptologists say, we're Egyptians. Because more or less, some of the curses that came upon us came upon the true Egyptians too. They don't have no power. They don't have no rulership. Right? So the Most High scared the Egyptians throughout the areas of Africa, like mainly down in the Sudan and those areas. All right? You might have a few of them over there in Libya too. All right? Because that's their brother too, the Libyans. All right? But as far as them in rulership and power, no, they're not. Now, who were the Egyptians' biggest rivals? Who were the Egyptians' biggest rivals?
Ethiopian?
Right, the Ethiopians. That was their biggest rivals. All right? So with that, any questions? I end the class. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.